everyone, I'm Charlotte and welcome to my channel. I hope you are all good. So today I am just going to wrap some presents with you, and I went over to my Instagram and asked for a few questions to answer, so I've chosen a few. The few I have are on here. Let's just pop that there. Some of my presents haven't arrived, and I've also wrapped quite a few already, and excuse the mess happening here, I'll deal with that soon. But yeah, I have my wrapping paper. I don't think I need any more for a while, but that won't stop me buying more. I have some gifts that need wrapping, and let's get into the video. So for some of my family members, I'm just going to use this nice tartan wrapping paper. I get most of my wrapping paper from Studio, and honestly it is so cheap for how much you get, and it is just good paper as well. So the first question is, what is your favourite Christmas movie? For me, I think this is pretty simple. I mean, I love Elf, and it's like, I think you're either an Elf person or a Grinch person, and me personally, I'm definitely an Elf. There's just something about that film that makes it feel like Christmas. But I also like watching the Polar Express too. But yeah, definitely Elf. And the other day, our little Harriet, bless her heart, she was so cute. She shouted Dad, but it sounded like Buddy the Elf when he goes, Dad, when it comes to the time to tuck him in at bedtime. It was just adorable. I don't know if this is just me, but does anybody else, when they do wrapping, have to have the sellotape all on one side of the paper? I don't know why, I'm just not sure on the sellotape being here, there and everywhere. Next year, I think I'm going to get a tape dispenser as well, because biting it, I shouldn't be doing, but I still do. So I have so many labels that are like this, just all messed up because Harriet got to them. But it's not too bad. I'll just use the ones that I have got, and I'll buy some more next year. How cute does this wrapping paper look though? I love the tartan stuff. It's beautiful. So some of these boxes, well, these boxes do have similar gifts in for family. Just bits that we've made, and we thought they'll make a nice little gift. So the next question, should I say, is what is your dream Christmas gift? Well, at the minute, my dream Christmas gift is an expensive one, and it is a new MacBook. Purely because my MacBook, I think, is a 2013 one. Like, it's old now, and it just it's so slow. It's been updated several times, and once they get past a certain age, it's just hard to use. But yeah, that's my dream Christmas gift at the minute. So the third one is, do you have any goals for the new year? I think it's good to set yourself goals, and yes, I have a few. I mean, YouTube goals, yes, I have so many for my YouTube channel. Life goals, I'm still thinking of some, but there will be a video, maybe in a couple of weeks, of my goals for the new year. Just so I can look back and say, well, these are the goals I've set myself, and we'll see what I actually achieved from them. See if I can push myself to do it a bit more. So we also have one that just says Christmas plans. So Christmas, I have a good few. Plans wise, we are spending it with my mother-in-law, and I am so excited. In the 6 years that I've been with my husband, I haven't spent a Christmas in Scotland. So yeah, so to be spending Christmas in Scotland, I think would just be absolutely magical, and my little boy is so excited to be spending Christmas with his wee nana, as he calls her, and it's going to be so nice just to have that first Christmas together. Whilst travelling though, we have got plans to stay in a hotel, travel halfway, and then carry on the next day. So I am tempted to vlog the travelling maybe. And also I might film a pack with me, because obviously we are there for a few nights, and let's face it, we all struggle with packing, how much to pack, what's too much, what's not enough. But obviously if we need anything washing, I know my mother-in-law will do that. She's such an amazing woman, and I just can't wait to be going, especially after the past few months we've had, especially with things going on my side. I just think this is what we need. So the next question is, what age did you get married? So I got married a month after I turned 20 years old, and it is one of the best decisions I have ever made. My husband really is my best friend, and I wouldn't have that any other way. He's supported me so much, especially with YouTube, when I was struggling with Harriet. He's always been there for me. He will drop everything for me. If I need him, I know he's there. And that's the other way around. And he's just my best friend. So yeah, getting married young was right for me. So the next one is a good question actually. It says, when your anxiety gets bad, how do you control it? I mean, I still struggle really bad with my anxiety, but I am getting a bit better at controlling it. I mean, let's face it, it never goes away. But I clean, I write in a diary how I'm feeling. I choose to do stuff to help that calms me down, and sometimes it's easier just to jump in the deep end, should I say. I struggle just taking Bobby to school in the morning, so for me it is easier to just get everything out of the way than it is to feed into the feeling of my anxiety, because the more I feed it, the worse it gets. And I mean, it has got better over the past couple of months, I'd say. I mean, I was able to make my own eyebrow appointment the other week, and that was something I wouldn't have been able to do before. And also a couple of weeks ago, I went to Costa by myself with Harriet, and that is something I've not done in a long time. But it all just means just take your baby steps, do what you're comfortable with first. And soon you'll be out there doing things and not even realising that you've took that big step. And I know that anxiety is a big issue in a lot of people's lives right now. Especially with everything that is going on with the world, it is hard to feel normal or even feel like you're in a routine. God knows how we're going to be feeling if schools get shut again. So I'm scared that if it comes to learning at home, he's not just going to do it because that's where he's comfortable, that's where he feels safe. He'll do everything in his power to not learn. That will do. As much as I love Christmas, wrapping some of these gifts is so hard. How anybody does it is beyond me. So, one of the other questions is, are you doing more cleaning videos in 2022? And the answer to that is yes, I would love to do more. I mean, sometimes I just struggle to find the time. With both kids, it is easier to just get done what I can get done. But next year I am making more of an effort to do these cleaning videos. I mean, I used to do cleaning stuff over on my YouTube, but that didn't go to plan. I'm already planning a cleaning video for the new year. Just like taking the tree down, doing stuff that's just doing a deep clean for the new year, basically. So yeah, I have a few plans for cleaning videos, spring cleaning, everything like that. It all just depends basically on the time I have, because sometimes I do videos last minute. I mean, I should learn to pre-record videos really, but that never happens with me. Me and pre-recording doesn't go very well, but I mean, maybe next year I could give it a try. These are the sort of presents that petrify me when wrapping up, because you cannot get all the sellotape on one side. I don't know what it is, I just have to have it on one side, and I can't with these. This looks like my husband's wrapped it. Jesus Christ. I haven't done a very good job with this one. Like them boxes, they look okay. This, I have so much wrapping paper and I don't want to use the same ones all the time. But I don't want to use open ones either. Well, this one's a bit battered, but I can cut it, it's fine. Honestly, some of this wrapping paper has got to be 3 years old now. the next one is, what is the one place you would like to visit next year? So next year, I mean for the past few years really, I've wanted to go to either London for a night, or even go to London for the night, just me and my husband, or with the kids, I would like to take them Cadbury World. They are both chocolate monsters. So yeah, Cadbury World I would love to do. I mean, we're going to see how much it will cost for a hotel sometime next year. Right, probably in the middle of the year. Because we have 2 holidays next year. We have one in August, one in October. So we are just trying to figure out something nice to do between, well, before them dates. So the next one is, do you see yourself having any more kids? With this one, I am torn. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got one of each, which is just so perfect. But with the complications I had throughout pregnancy, that's just what puts me off having more. And obviously what happened with Harriet wasn't very nice. So we're still deciding if we want more, or if we just want to stick with the 2. I mean, I'm only 24. I've got plenty of years left in me, I hope, to choose. But at the minute, we are just enjoying having the ones we've got, giving them everything they want and more. I want to give them more than what I got in life. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't go without, but I missed out. Well, yeah, I didn't have a lot, but we got what we got. And I want to give them more. I want to travel with them. I want to be at their school plays. I want to be the one they tell everything to. I want to be their emotional support. So I'm scared if I have more, will that change the relationship we have with our kids? Or not. It's just one of these weird things as a parent, but we just love the way our life is right now. So yeah, maybe ask again in a couple of years' times and it might change. So the last question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? So in 5 years, I'm totally unsure. What I'd like is for YouTube to be my full-time job, because my anxiety gets that bad sometimes that I can't leave the house. So maybe if it was my full-time job, I'd obviously be working from home, and it would just be so much easier for me. I wouldn't have the added stress of leaving the house. And I know a lot of people are thinking, but you can talk to a camera, but you can't talk to people. How does that work? For me, it's the fact I'm basically just talking to myself. Yes, I'm aware people watch, like, online, but I can't see them watching. I can't see what facial expressions they're making. And I won't be overreacting to their expressions in a way. Like, don't get me wrong, I've had a few nasty comments on YouTube, but that is by certain people that I know, which I'm no longer on speaking terms with, so I sort of expected them to go like that, as that's the only way they could communicate with me. But yeah, in 5 years' time, I would like to have this as my job. I would have loved to go to New York, in either New York or Disneyland in 5 years' time. But I would love to take the babies Disneyland. So that's one of my, where I'd like to see myself in 5 years' time, taking the kids travelling. But yeah, in 5 years' time, I just want more. I just want to be more confident, really. I want to be able to say, I've done this. I want to travel more. I don't know. It's hard to think. I obviously would have thought we'd be in our, not forever home, but long-term home, maybe. Obviously, the kids will both be in full-time school, not just the one. Don't know, maybe even have a job. I mean, depending on how everything is or how I am next year, I would like to try and get a part-time job as a care assistant again, because I actually miss that job. It's not the best wrap present, but let's face it, with kids, it's only on there for a matter of seconds. I'm always losing the sellotape or the pen. I'm even using can't even get my words out. I'm even losing the labels. So that is the end of my Wrap With Me / Q&A. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, then please help me by subscribing and clicking the like button down below. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.